Hey, Chelsea. Happy belated birthday. Here is your birthday reading. So you said you just wanted to keep it basic. Basically, you said, I'm going to embrace being basic this year and ask about my love life. Anything coming up, any advice the cards say. So I'm going to be looking at your transits, but also I'm going to consult the cards to see how things are looking in terms of your love life for this year going into next year. So you have Pluto transiting your fifth house right now, and it's right on your Mercury. So let me know if you recently met somebody that can at least deal with where you are bonding with someone over conversations, where there's heavy communication, could be a lot of intimate talks, things like that. You could have met this person through your line of work, or this could be somebody that you go way back with. So let me know if you recently either connected with someone new or if you reconnected with someone from your past. A lot of times with Pluto's influence, it will be like a reconnecting, a rejuvenation of a past relationship, what have you. You also have Mars and Venus currently transiting your fifth house, and they're in Aquarius. They just entered Aquarius, which basically increases your prospects of meeting someone new. Now, it might not be a full fledged romance, could be more of like a friends with benefits situation. I don't know how you feel about that, but pretty soon Mars and Venus will land on your Venus, which will increase your chances of attracting someone new into your life. And it could be for a love affair, for a romance. So you do have some opportunities ahead. I will say that. And in terms of a full fledged relationship, it's going to be kind of challenging with Neptune transiting your seventh house. That Neptune can cause you to be too idealistic, where no one might be good enough for you. But that's actually, to me, that's a good defense mechanism because there's a lot of garbage out here nowadays. Also, if you do happen to enter into a relationship while Neptune's transiting your seventh house, and that's going to be for a very long time, I don't want to discourage you or anything, but just be careful with Neptune transiting your seventh house because you could set yourself up for a big disappointment. On the positive end, you could end up finding yourself in the ideal relationship. It could seem like a dream come true, even. Now, in terms of you actually connecting with someone, meeting someone that could turn into a full fledged relationship, that could happen when Neptune forms a sextile with your Mercury. So let me just give you a date or at least a time frame of when you can expect that to happen. That's not going to happen for some time though. Just one second. So I'm looking at Neptune forming a sextile with your Mercury. And that might be that ideal relationship that I speak of, but you got some ways to go before you experience that transit. So let me just tell you when that's going to go down. Hold up. Of course, I have it on the wrong chart. Just one second. All right. Okay. So actually, you don't have that much longer than I thought. You actually could be meeting someone new for a long-term commitment as early as June of next year. I was actually thinking it wouldn't be till 2024, but this transit will hit up your Mercury one, two, three, four, five times between now, well, next year, between next June and going into January 2025. So you'll have ample opportunity to meet the one, so to speak. So let me just give you the dates of when Neptune will form a sextile with your Mercury when that transit becomes exact. So June 4th, 2023, July 27th, 2023, March 21st, 2024, October 31st, 2024, and then January 12th, 2025. So that could be the transit you're looking for to basically get you where you want to be in terms of love. And the good thing about that is Neptune's transiting your seventh, that's relationships, commitments, and it's making a sextile with your Mercury, which is in the fifth, which is basically pointing to love affairs, romance, love, all that good stuff. Could even be a child that you end up having. So I would totally wouldn't rule it out. But yeah, so starting next year, your prospects in terms of dating could improve, but something could be going on now too. And like I said, when Mars and Venus land on your Venus, and that's going to be very soon. Let me tell you when that's going to be. Just 1 second. I'm going to focus on Mars in particular. But your Venus return is coming up. But just because you have a Venus return doesn't guarantee that that's going to bring somebody new into your life. But let me just tell you when Mars is going to land on your Venus. Let me reel that back. So March 18th of this month, Mars will land on your Venus. So you could be meeting someone new right around that time. So things don't look too bad for you in terms of dating prospects with that Pluto in your fifth house, Mars about to hit up your Venus. And then you also got Chiron transiting your seventh house, but that can be a little bit problematic in terms of trying to find a decent partner. You might end up meeting someone that really, especially if you met somebody like right around this time with Chiron squaring your Saturn, you might find it very easy to say no or to be like, I can't deal with this person. But you never know. You might want to go easy on them because you might find that they actually have some redeeming qualities. Uranus is also going to land on your Mars this year, so that could bring a new male friend into your life. And then let me see what the cards say about your love life, romance, relationships. Also, I could look at what's contacting your Neptune too. Oh, look at that. Uranus is forming a trine with your Neptune right now. So you very well could be meeting somebody online, especially, or just befriending someone around this time, and it could turn into an actual relationship. But like I said, you want to be careful because Neptune's transiting your seventh house. But just to reiterate, Uranus is currently in trine with your Neptune. Neptune rules your seventh house. That could also be work related too, though. So you could have some positive changes taking place in terms of work around this time as well. Now let's see what the cards have to say about your love life in general and what you could be looking forward to. I'm going to be looking at things between now and let's say the end of 2024. Just to give a nice wide window. So the situation I got is the Knight of Wands. And that can deal with a passionate love affair. And you do have that energy in your fifth house right now, Pluto, Mars, Venus. The challenge is the Empress, which tells me that you will be challenged finding someone that you feel like you truly love and that they love you and all that good stuff. Advice is the Ace of Pentacles, which tells me that someone new will be coming into your life between now and the end of 2024. And that does coincide with the transit that I spoke of, where which transit was I talking about, where I was like, it's going to hit up your chart like 5 different times. Now I totally forgot what transit I was talking about. It wasn't the Pluto one. Was it Neptune? Yeah, Neptune sextile Mercury. That's the one that's going to hit up your chart 5 times, I believe, starting next year and then ending January 2024. No, 2025. So the Ace of Pentacles can bring a new companion into your life. It can deal with, creating a foundation for a long-term relationship. And then the outcome is the Knight of Cups. So that's a card of romance that can even manifest as a marriage proposal. And I did say those transits could bring that person, that one, into your life. But again, with Neptune transiting your seventh, just be very selective. I'm not saying don't accept anybody's proposal or anything, but you just want to be approaching the situation from a very sober perspective, very realistic perspective with Neptune. Now, right now, Neptune's not making any noise in your chart, is not aspecting anything, but let me see. Like I said, the closest aspect, aside from it forming any like semi-squares or sesqui-squares, would be that Neptune sextile Mercury. And again, you can look forward to that next year, June of next year, it will become exact. So it does look like you have love in your future, but it might be a special kind of love considering what's in your chart. You got Pisces on the 7th, Capricorn on the 5th, and then with Pluto being in that 5th house, and it will be in that 5th house through those years that I mentioned. So you might as well get used to having Pluto there. And Pluto can also, represent toxicity. So if you're not careful, if you're not being very selective, you could find yourself in a toxic love affair, or it could be a situation dealing with codependency. But I'm not trying to be all negative, but I got to keep it real at the same time. But it definitely looks like you're going to get a new companion, wherever you want to take it, it's up to you. But again, I just say go very slow, take your time. Neptune will be blessing your Mercury a number of times between 2023 and 2025. So yeah, allow the blessings to come in the area of love and relationships, but just don't lose your head over nobody, and make sure, again, you're approaching this from a very sober perspective. But things look really promising for you in the love department. So I'm excited for you, Chelsea. Hopefully this reading was able to provide you with some insight into your love life, and I hope you are, meet with success in that area. So thank you for being a patron. I'll be back with some more birthday readings.